Is Uncle Broker taxing your commission too much
without giving the support that you signed up for? Don't be a victim of outdated broker models. It's time for an upgrade.
Here is a golden chance to make 100% commission
with London Foster. London Foster's main goal is to empower an associate and make sure you, the realtor, are getting the most out of your hard work and commission. With an excellent proven track record, latest tools and technology, and exceptional experience, we strive to create the perfect environment for our associate, providing multiple opportunities for you. No hidden fees and no gimmicks. 100% commission for our associates by empowering you with the benefits like
a personalized website with IDX searchability, simulcasting your listing to sites like Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, and different search engines for brand recognition. An office at the famous Lincoln Road.
Direct broker support and free weekly and monthly training from Realtor.com and other partners. A personal business trainer resolving all your queries. In-house private equity fund. No waiting on checks. Get it on the closing day.
We understand it's a very competitive market out there. The old broker models don't work anymore. And you deserve more for your hard work. So it's time you give yourself an upgrade with London Foster.
Today is February 8th, 2023. We are doing a London Foster Pro training. It's going to be hosted today by Joe Mahallati from Supreme Lending. It's called Real Estate Hacks. So I just wanted to let everybody know that we're going to be letting people in, but we are going to go ahead and get started. For those of you that are here, again, I thank you for sharing your screen. For those of you that are writing me that you're in a noisy place, it's okay. Share your screen. We can be muted. It just makes it more fun. But I'm going to be starting out now, guys, in a few seconds. I'm going to, first of all, welcome everyone who's here. I'm so happy that you guys are participating. As you know, all of our London Foster trainings are recorded, and they are, Mr. Manuel, nice. Thank you for sharing your screen. All of your trainings are recorded, and all of our trainings are provided for us in the back office. So the first thing I want to do is share my screen. And I'm going to take you guys to the londonfoster.net page. Let me just refresh it real quick. There we go. And if you go to the back office, this is our London Foster back office. This is our bread and butter. Really quick story. Something very interesting for you guys to know, for those of you that are London Foster agents and those of you that are not. Bobby did something actually really clever, quite brilliant, which is, I don't know how many of you guys want to show your hands, but give me a thumbs up in the chat. You get used to a website, you like it, Bank of America, you're doing it all the time, and usually it's your spouse. You know, usually it's your better half that says to you, oh my God, you know, get with the times, get the app, stop using the website, put it on your phone. And then you go to the app and it looks nothing like the website, right? This happened a lot with people with the real estate association app. Remember that? When before they discontinued it, it looked nothing like it. It was so confusing. So what Bobby did is he designed our websites for the phone. So all of our websites are meant to be used on our phone. And if you guys can still see me, I'll show you really quick. But it's actually quite clever. Because then what happens is that if you're using the computer or you're using the phone, it's the exact same format. You guys can see it here. Oh, hold on, let me log in. You guys can see it here. And why is this good? Well, because we're realtors, right? We're mobile. The entire idea of being a realtor at London Foster is for us to empower you You guys can see here that, oh, there you go, what it looks like. It looks exactly the same, right? So the idea is that we want to empower you to do your job as quickly and easily as humanly possible. That's the entire goal of London Foster. So kind of what we say is if we ask you for more than 3 minutes, then we failed. So the idea is that anything you need, whether it's an escrow letter, a commission request, a commission disbursement authorization, a buyer or seller reduction letter, a marketing piece, be it a business card, a banner, a postcard, anything you need at London Foster, you're going to be able to do it from your phone. So think about how brilliant this is. Yossi has $80,000 that his client gave him. He has to go and deposit into the escrow account. Yossi's going to go under My Deals. He's going to click Deposit Instructions, where he's going to be able to look, he's going to be able to look at a quick little video where Bobby explains it to him in 10 minutes on how to do a deposit. But more importantly, he's going to be able to go in there, and then once he makes the deposit, he gets to go and fill out an escrow letter request. This takes 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, if you're super slow, it'll take you 3 minutes, but it is quick, it is intuitive. The idea is that Yossi's on his phone. Why? Because he needs a picture of the check and a picture of the receipt. Does Yossi have those pictures on his laptop? No, he has them on his phone, right? Quickly, easily. 3 minutes, Yossi does it. Guess what? Now he gets to request that escrow letter, and in 15 minutes, he's going to have that in his email. Think about the possibilities when Yossi is making an offer to an agent. Instead of telling him, hey, Mr. Agent, you don't know me, and you definitely don't know my client, so I promise you that in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to get you an escrow letter promising that this person has $80,000 in the escrow account. That gives him leverage. That's the idea. I also want to show you guys under education. I spoke about this earlier. Sorry, guys, that's just my computer that pops up. But we have all our trainings. The next training that we're having is here, purchasing and selling real estate. And this is for international clients. And this is hosted by Stephen Gurian of Probate ESQ. And this training, I believe, is 2 hours continuing education. The one that follows is another one from Joe. The next one after that, you guys get the gist, right? The idea is a branded website. This is one by John Belbin, our office manager. So all of those trainings are listed there for you guys to research. But also, if you go to the education training lookup, this is what I wanted to show you guys. All of our trainings are recorded. So you can actually look up the past 5 years worth of training. Here's one way that I give on Zillow, and you're able to play it straight from here. But more importantly than seeing my mug telling you all about Zillow, there you go, shut that guy up. You get to actually follow along in the PowerPoint. All of our PowerPoints that we share are always going to be available at londonfoster.net in the back office. I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys. You go to, especially the Real Estate Association, you go to a training and you ask for the PowerPoint. The guy's like, oh no, it's proprietary. I can't share it with you. Then why in the world am I here, right? So that's kind of the idea here at London Foster. We want to make sure that you have all the tools you need. Before I go, I just want to share with those of you that are not a London Foster agent, a couple of things. You can go on joinlondonfoster.com. There is a great video here with Bobby, our principal and broker of London Foster, where he goes over the 5 core principles of London Foster, which you guys can see 4 of the 5, but I'll read them to you. Broker support, marketing support, escrow. Yes, London Foster holds escrow. Online technology, I just showed you a little bit of it. And last but not least, locations. We are at over 1,450 agents at this time. We have 7 locations, and I'm going to use my fingers because I always forget one. Miami Beach, Kendall, Hialeah, Weston, Aventura, Palm Beach, Lehigh Acres. All of these offices are open to you guys. If you want to request a phone call or attend the London Foster 101, all you need to do is go here. If you're ready to join, all you have to do is click on Join London Foster, fill out a quick form, and we take over. I also want to recommend to all of you that are newer agents, if you haven't done this, let me just go back to the main stage. I want to make sure you guys go through the Getting Started page. This Getting Started page is what I call the Fleetwood Mac Green album. This is the greatest hits of everything on your back office. Every single part of this, the greatest hits are going to be on here. So if you're a new agent and you haven't done your marketing, go to the marketing suite. If you haven't ordered or bought a website, you can do it here. You can also buy an email. You can buy a branded London Foster email. If you haven't gotten your ATM card, here you go. You haven't joined the chat room. You want to find out how to do a rental, a sale, or a referral at London Foster. What are the steps you need to do in order for you to be in compliance? There you go. 101 training, the pro training. This one is awesome. It's our recommended real estate education for those of you that are newer, or even if you're a veteran, look through it. And then last but not least, if you know someone that you would like to recommend and refer to London Foster, all you have to do is click on this, or you can go here to recruiting, fill out your name, email, and phone number, fill out your friend's name, email, and phone number. And then you're going to be able to refer them. We give you $100 credit towards your next closing. If you don't think they add up, I think in the first month I did like 40. So it's very easy to do. Just send it out to all your friends and tell them, listen, I'm really happy at my brokerage. And that's going to make you some extra cash and reduce your cost of operation. Okay, guys, that's my infomercial. I think I went a little bit long. I tend to do that. So Joe, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want to thank you, Joe, again, for being so great with us here at London Foster. For those, oh, Joe, I'm sorry. While I introduce Joe, Joe, this was the most important part, right? I want to make sure that you guys know that we have an entire vendor section at londonfoster.net. It's like sharing my little black book with Yossi and with everyone else here, right? Yossi shares with me, I share with him, we're working in community. And you'll notice here that all of our top vendors are going to be at the beginning of this list. Later on, we're going to have all the frequently asked phone numbers. And last but not least, we'll have like a bulletin board of like 30 different vendors. But if you go under vendors and under mortgage, you're going to be able to look up Joe's information. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat so that everybody has it. But more importantly, if you are a London Foster agent, all you have to do is go under vendors, go under mortgage, look up Joe, give him a holler. Joe is excellent at taking care of us and taking care of our clients. It's a great value added when you have a good relationship with your mortgage banker, when you can recommend them wholeheartedly. But also Joe is very good at things like what he's sharing today, like hacks and marketing and that sort of thing. So he has a very good program, and I'm sure he's going to tell you a little bit about it later. But Joe, thank you so much. And I'm going to stop my share.
You got it.
And I'm going to mute myself. And again, I'm going to share that information in the chat. Thank you guys. And we look forward to a great training today.
Awesome. Let me see here. Let me just make sure I get my stuff going here. Okay, I am being shared. All right. Let's go. Let's get going. All right, guys. First of all, thank you for having me here, Memo, Bobby. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys investing some time and learning this stuff. Are you guys able to see? Memo, you can just see the presentation where it says COVID. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So let me tell you guys those of you who don't know who I am. Basically, I am your in-house lender here at London Foster, and just want to introduce myself and my team. This is my team. We're a family-owned branch. We are we're tied in with a direct mortgage lender, national lender, so we have many resources available to you. Here's my wife, Evie. She's my loan consultant. She works with me. She's been in the business as long as me. Truth be told, she's actually probably a little smarter than me. She makes me look good. So she's the one that kind of holds it down. Here's my daughter, Mandana. She also works. She helps me on the marketing end. And basically, we are here where we really put, like my credo says, where all our heart goes into making your home ownership dreams come true. So that's really what we focus in on. We're here to help you build your brand and be a great resource to you. So that said, what I want to do today is go over, I only have about 10 of them. Actually, 10 is quite a bit. There's many hacks, but here's 10 that I put together that what I'm hoping is going to help you be a little bit more efficient in your day. And maybe, who knows, you might find it's a tool that's going to help you make a little bit more money or be a little bit more efficient, or maybe time block a little better. So here's some cool things that I want to go over with you. So I'll go over with you a few of these things. And then, and I think, Memo, I think this is probably something I want to do maybe on every so often, maybe every quarter or so, I don't know. but I really think these things are great ideas to do, put out hacks. By the way, if you guys know of any, do me a favor, let Memo know, let us know. And I would love to put this on maybe the next presentation, because I think collectively, one thing that's really great about Linden Foster is we work like a family, we're a team. They're very open with sharing information. You know what's funny? Actually, I just thought about this. The one hack I didn't put, because you'll be surprised how many Linden Foster agents don't even know about this. And that is a Linden Foster group chat that is available. By the way, is everybody on that group chat at Linden Foster? Can you guys give me a hands up or let me know on the chat how many people are on that group? And you know what, for some reason, let me pull up my chat so I can you guys let me know, hands up? I tell you what, let's do it this way. Anybody not on that group chat, let's do it that way. Sorry, thank you, Sandy. By the way, I just want to say thank you to Sandy, Yossi, Moses. All you guys are actually showing your videos. I appreciate that. We love the interaction. It just brings a lot of energy into the meeting, especially when we got lots of things to do, and you know, it's great to be able to bring the energy. So I appreciate that. So one of the hacks is that group chat. It's fantastic, and I didn't even put that on my presentation. That's something that you guys, for those of you guys who do not have that, you want to subscribe to that, I think you can reach out to Memo. He'll hook that up for you. But what's nice is all the agents collectively provide information. Somebody has a question, whether you're new, you have a question, or you're someone who's been around. What's great is you see other people's perspectives. You get to hear what their viewpoints, and it's really it's very, very helpful to get that kind of collective assistance. So keep that in mind, okay? The Linden Foster group chat. Anyway, so that said, one of the first ones that I want to go over with you guys is this one, which is known as Covey Export. Now, one of the biggest things that we find with agents is getting your first of all, one of the biggest, I guess, challenges is with a lot of agents is having a CRM and having a contacts, having a set system that they're actually reaching out to. Okay. With this Covey Expert, what's really cool about this is you can, with your mobile phone, you're able, it extracts all the contacts that are in your mobile phone. Okay. So if, let's say you have a CRM and you want to use it and you have a very difficult time trying to pull out, you try to sit there and type in each one of your contacts. What Covey Export is, it's a mobile app you can put in your phone, and it will export it into a CSV file so that you're able to import all those contacts into your CRM. Okay. Now this is quite important because a lot of people, they get these CRMs, these nice systems that can do auto response. It has all the bells and whistles, but they don't put the contacts in. And one thing about any type of CRM that you use is they say is garbage in, garbage out. If you don't put anything into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. So this is a fantastic app. It used to be free, actually. Okay, it was absolutely free. I've noticed when I went into it just a couple of weeks ago, now they're charging like $4.99, which is still it's dirt cheap. So this is something that you want to do. You can, this is good for your Android. It's good for the iPhone. For those of you who do like a power hour, this is a great way for you to be able to have a selected list of clients, because many times what happens is, when one of the most important disciplines to do is you want to sit, at least have an hour, 2 hours every single day where you're reaching out to your past clients. You're reaching out to the clients that you may have, you've been working with. Okay. On that, when you do that, you may only have, I don't know, depending on how long you've been in the business and how long you're established, you might only have 20, 30, 40, 50 people. You'll be surprised when you go into your phone, you pull all the contacts, you'll have 2,000, 3,000 contacts. And then once it's in Excel form, you can then organize them by family, friends, co-workers, however you met them. Okay. So this is a very, very good app, and it's super easy to use to be able to export all your contacts that are in your mobile phone. Okay. So the next one is, this is called the Reach app, reachtheapp.com, okay? This is great when you want to take a lot of your contacts and you want to be able to text them. Now, you know, whenever you have your iPhone, I don't know about you guys, but with me, what I used to do is I would have to, if it was, I don't know, if it was a holiday and I wanted to reach out to all my past customers, my past clients, I would sit there and say, happy birthday, or let's say Merry Christmas. And I would have to say, hey, John, Merry Christmas. And I'd have to copy and paste that again and again and again. On this one, you don't have to do that. All you have to do, what it does is you can send a group message and it's personalized. So usually whenever you have these type of systems, you need a third party. And these third party companies, they give you a different mobile phone, or they give you a different number to be able to use. Here, you can actually have your same iPhone, use your same phone number. So what does that do? It helps you, allows you to be more personalized, okay? So the Reach app is great. You can send out, I think you can send out up to about 100 people at a time, okay? And it can be a very personalized message. So you can say, hey, John, just wanted to wish you a happy anniversary. And you can send that to multiple people, all right, at a time. Many systems, whenever, here's some good ideas. You can do things like anniversaries, holidays, follow up. How about those clients that you just want to follow up with? Maybe there's some people in your system that you have, let's say there's 20, 50 people that you haven't heard from, and you just kind of wanted to follow up with them. It's a great way for you to be able just to say, hey, are you still in the market for purchasing a home? Again, making it very personalized, okay? For this one, by the way, is only for the iPhone, okay? The next one is mightytext.net. This one, if you don't have an iPhone, this is specifically for Androids, okay? It works, I wouldn't say it's as good as the Reach app, but it still has a lot of benefits. Let me show you some of the things that you can do here. Let's see if I can access this. So you have call notifications. You can get notified on your computer, tablet. Okay, so it actually has a really good mobile app, so it can notify you. You can even schedule messages. So if you have, let's say, a whole bunch of messages you want to go out for, let's say it's on Thanksgiving, and you want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, but you don't want to be doing that on Thanksgiving, you can schedule all your messages to go out early in the morning, okay? You can send web pages, maps, photos to your to your phone. Text directly from your Gmail. That's a pretty cool one where you can actually just text, right from your email. You can text from your email and also receive the text as well. You can set up templates too, which is cool. So if you send out a standard, let's say, text again and again, you can just have a saved template and send that out as well. Okay. All right. So the next one here is textmagic.com. This allows you to upload different groups. Okay, this is another texting app where you can send out multiple texts. In this case, you have your own phone number. This is not personalized. This is not your own iPhone. And that's what's great about that other one, because again, with your iPhone, you can have that personalized contact to your customer. Whereas a lot of these CRMs, you have to have a third party. Well, this one is third party, but you can still personalize it. Okay, so you can still be very specific to the client or the contact that you're sending it out to. It has a really nice, amazing mobile app. You can get alerts as well. You can have this one, you can even have your assistant log in. You both can be logged in and be able to use the app. So if you have someone who's manning your applications, maybe you're doing a lead, a campaign to, let's say, your people who are looking to purchase their home, or maybe tenants that you want to market to. Okay, you can insert tags and templates, insert tags to group those clients as well. Another cool thing you can do with these texts is you can send videos. Another one that I didn't put on here is these video players like BombBomb and Loom. These are really good to be able to send. You can just simply put a little link, and instead of sending, because whenever you send text, guys, whenever you send a text, you can't send a video. Sometimes you can, like on iPhones, but those are really, it takes up a lot of space. Plus there's viruses that can be sent. On this, you can send a link and be able to send, let's say you have you're doing a little campaign and you have a nice video that you're sending out. Maybe it's a listing about a property and you have a nice little video. You can send that to, hundreds of people, where they go to your text and they hit that link and open that up. Okay. And see the video. All right. And you can schedule messages on there as well. All right. The next one, this is Likely AI. This one is very interesting. Okay, this one I'm going to show you. Basically, what this one does is it is a ability to help you get more referral business on autopilot. You can get more business. It has a system where you get they have sorry, one second. So the way they use this here is they have thousands of data points, okay, that helps you be able to predict whether or not sellers are going to be selling their home. Now AI, it's becoming very popular now. There's a lot of controversy and talk about this, but this is a pretty cool thing. In fact, I'm going to play it for you.
Want to be the first to know who in your database are likely sellers or likely distressed? Hate losing deals in your database? Then you need the refresh engine that not only predicts likely sellers, updates your contacts, but also, like magic, triggers unique marketing touchpoints. Only 1% to 2% of homeowners want to sell each quarter, so protect your contacts from the competition using AI. 82% of homeowners use the first realtor they meet. Likely seller predictions give you this huge first-to-know competitive advantage. Stop marketing to contacts whose properties are already on the market, saving you lots of money. With our activities feed, you'll be the first to know when a contact becomes a likely seller, distress, or many other changes happen. Remember, 88% of homeowners don't use the same agent on their next transaction, so reconnect before they start looking for another realtor. On average, 1 in 10 of our likely seller predictions list within 90 days. Know how well our models are performing for your database. On average, 58% of your contacts don't have a property address, and every year, 30% of your contacts' information becomes outdated. When your contacts are uploaded, we refresh your contacts by finding current property addresses, adding phone numbers and emails, and much more. You can upload your contacts with a spreadsheet, one at a time, or using an integrated app. Easily connect your CRM, marketing platforms, and lead sources. Push contacts to your integrated apps at the perfect time. Find off-market sellers that perfectly match what your buyers are looking for. Know more about your contact situation with one click. Push exactly the right contacts for a campaign to any of your integrated apps. Increase GCI for your existing agents and recruit more top producing agents and teams by deploying Refresh Engine to your full brokerage.
So this was really cool. I mean, again, did you, for those of you that don't know what GCI, that's your gross commission income, okay? And basically this, what it does is it predicts the people that are in your CRM, whether or not they're going to buy or sell, or, you know, their patterns. And they do that through various sources. They have 1,000 different data points that they look into, and to kind of predict these. And they have these algorithms. And basically what it does is it notifies you anytime someone's going to purchase. I think they, when I was looking at their site, and other people told me, is 1 out of 10 people who are going to sell, you get notified out of those clients. So here's an interesting statistic: 88% of homeowners don't use the same agent on their next transaction. Now, that's not only with real estate, that's even in my industry, the mortgage business, in the mortgage industry. And because of that, one of the things that I do, and I really started to kind of focus on on this in the last few months, is reach out to my past clients. You know, it's really low-hanging fruit, and a lot of people don't realize that. There's an interesting, one of my coaches told me this, that for every 100 people you have in your database, you should be able to close 2 to 3 people per month. And I actually thought that was insane. I didn't think that could be done. Just last week, I reached out. I think I have an assistant that also helps me reach out to my past clients, and we reached out to about 200. Already, we got about 8 people that are interested in buying or selling. So some of them are just interested in buying an investment property. Some are interested in possibly selling their property. Some are interested in just buying a second home. And it's really interesting when you reach out to these people, how powerful that is. The thing is that we take it for granted. We don't realize, and believe me, I'm guilty for this. And I still work on disciplining myself to make calls every single week, at least once a week. And that's a great advice I can give. If you're going to try to do that, take one day to reach out to your past clients. And you know what? Some people kind of might feel weird about that. They might feel like, you know what, I'm embarrassed because the last time I spoke to my client was, 4 years ago, or maybe it was 8 years ago. Guess what, guys? I got news for you. I reached out to someone that was 16 years ago. And I got to be honest with you, I was very embarrassed. I didn't want to do it. I was kind of forced to do it because of my accountability coach. And when I made the call, to my surprise, the client was like, "Joe, oh, how you doing?" And actually remembered me. I mean, I felt really embarrassed about making the call, but just reaching out to them, they actually remembered me. And it was a pleasant conversation. In fact, all the calls that I've made, I've never had a bad conversation. It's always been, "Oh, okay, great to hear from you." Sometimes the worst I get is maybe someone's a little flat, but that's about it. But typically, if you're reaching out to a person, who's going to be upset by you just reaching out to them saying, "Hey, listen, I was thinking about you. Just want to see how things are going. How's the family? How's everything going at 123, ABC Street? Yeah, how's the family?" And just checking in. And just by doing that, you'll be surprised at how many people you'll be able to help. And if you can't help them, you always end by reminding them what you do, and just ask them, "Hey, is there anybody, I call it the 3x3, any friends, family, coworkers that that's interested in buying, selling, or refinancing? Can I count on you to think of me?" That's simply all you have to say. And just by doing that, it's going to strike up the conversation, and maybe you'll pleasantly be surprised by them telling you a few people that are interested or what their plans are. So here's a huge one that, again, this is not only in the real estate industry, but it's also in the lending industry. Most people, almost 90% of clients, will not go with their last realtor or lender. They'll use someone different. So this is, again, this tool is a great system, and it's a great system to kind of trigger you, to let you know what's going on. But beyond all these hacks, one of the most important things that I realize that's important is having a structure in your day, having a set time, and especially when it comes to making with sales, is to having a power hour, whether it's in the morning from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, just dedicating 2 hours to do nothing but reaching out to someone. Whether it's your past client, each day should be a theme. Maybe the next day is your pre-approvals. The other one is people in your community, people you want to work with. So each day have a theme. Make sure you just focus in. Don't do what I did. Here's a huge mistake I made, okay? I was so frustrated about not making calls. Then all of a sudden I would start making my calls. And then I started, because I was so frustrated, I would start at 9 o'clock and I wouldn't end until like 2, 3 o'clock. Okay. And I got a whole, because maybe I made many more calls than I should have. And what happened was, although it was a fantastic day, it was great, I wouldn't do it the next day. Or maybe I'll do it 2 days in a row, 3 days, and then the fourth, fifth day, and not do it for another 2 weeks. It's kind of like going on a diet, right? You don't want to go cold turkey unless you have a huge amount of discipline. So, just 2 hours. 2 hours is what you need, reaching out to your past customers. And it's going to, I promise you, not just past customers, the power hour, whoever your theme is for that day. But I'm telling you, that will be huge. Another great resource, by the way, this is cool for people who are about to sell their homes, and gives you a lot of insight. But another one is Boomerang. Boomerang's a great resource. They're also another one where you can download your entire database into their system. And because they have the address and they have the person's name, they, believe it or not, they don't even need their social security number. They just need their address and their name, and they're able to let you know if they are also in the market to sell or buy. Sometimes you can set triggers where, let's say you have a list of clients, or those clients that have a good job, they have good assets, but just their credit is not there yet. And their credit is, let's say, a 620, and they're in order to get them approval, let's say they're going through conventional and they need to get, let's say, a 660 to get this, to be able to qualify for a conventional loan program. And I'll talk about that more, not that you have to have a 660, but if you set that bench for 660 for this particular client or a range of clients, it will then notify you once their credit scores go up to 660 to let you know, hey, this person may be ready at this time. You may want to reach out to them. Okay. So there's a lot of cool softwares that do this type of things, where they check into all these data points and they can give you this feedback to help you to be able to, be more effective during your power hour, and I should really do a course about that, just doing, having your power hour every day. But yeah, this is absolutely a great resource. And the other one I should have put it on here is boomerang.com. Okay. So to get off the, I guess, the technology a little bit more so regarding books. For those of you who like to read books, here's Blinkist. And, I love Audible, and I'm an Audible fan. I've been listening to Audible books for, I guess I got into it not too long ago, maybe a year. And it's great. You can just hear the whole book while you're driving, taking the kids to practice, at practice. It's just a great way to get to listen to books you've been wanting to read. Super efficient too, by the way. I love to read, but I just never have time to read. I'm so busy throughout the day. But Audible is great. But what's nice about Blink is it's a summarized version of the book. Okay, so I can have a book that will take me, I don't know, usually a book on average, from what I've been seeing, is about 6 hours or so. Sometimes they're less, sometimes they're more. But if you have 6 hours of listening to a book, it's great. And don't get me wrong, I love listening to a book. But what's nice about Blinks is they will, or it's called Blinkist, they give you what's known as Blinks. It's a summarized version of the book. And it's really cool because You get the whole meat and potatoes, the most important part of the books in a summarized bullet point. Here's what's really interesting. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I have a book that I really like, I love to go back and reread it and just like put the bullet points. Literally, I'll make notes on certain books, especially some development books or something within my industry. And I'll put bullet points of the things that I liked and what I want to remember. What's cool about Blinks is it does that already for you. So it gives you the summarized version, super efficient. It's been around. Surprisingly, I just found out about this not too long ago. And what's really cool is for every, let's say, book you read, you could probably get in 10 to 15 books, through Blinkist. And again, super efficient. Here's another good idea, what you can do with Blinks, or even Audible, any book, or even actual hardcover books, is they are a great gift to give to your friends. I'm sorry, your clients and your friends. Don't want to leave them out, but your clients. Here, whether it's you're just following up with them, you might want to send them a text, letting them know, hey, look, this is a really cool book that I've read. Whenever you work with your clients, one of the more important things to do is when you're building rapport, get to know them, know what their likes are. Maybe you're working with a client that likes pets. You can send them some ideas, or maybe you hear about a really cool book that has to do with animals. You can send that to them, So yeah, this is a great, not only for yourself, but also for your clients as well, a great resource.
Is Uncle Broker taxing your commission too much
without giving the support that you signed up for? Don't be a victim of outdated broker models. It's time for an upgrade.
Here is a golden chance to make 100% commission
with London Foster. London Foster's main goal is to empower an associate and make sure you, the realtor, are getting the most out of your hard work and commission. With an excellent proven track record, latest tools and technology, and exceptional experience, we strive to create the perfect environment for our associate, providing multiple opportunities for you. No hidden fees and no gimmicks. 100% commission for our associates by empowering you with the benefits like
a personalized website with IDX searchability, simulcasting your listing to sites like Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, and different search engines for brand recognition. An office at the famous Lincoln Road.
Direct broker support and free weekly and monthly training from Realtor.com and other partners. A personal business trainer resolving all your queries. In-house private equity fund. No waiting on checks. Get it on the closing day.
We understand it's a very competitive market out there. The old broker models don't work anymore. And you deserve more for your hard work. So it's time you give yourself an upgrade with London Foster.
Okay, now this one's really cool. All right. This one is oval. Now, this is pretty much the way this works is, let me open this up. I want to see. Okay, so I'm just opening up this so I can see myself. All right, so what this is a digital card. All right, this is a digital card where when you meet someone, basically you're able to give it to them and it will automatically put your contact information in their phone. Okay. And the reason why I like this so much is because it's one thing whenever you give somebody your business card, right? Even myself, when I get a business card, I keep it, I put it, and so I lose it. Even those people that I really want to keep, I can't find it. I forget to put it in. What's nice about this is when you give it, it allows a person to put it in to save all your information all at one shot. And it's a fantastic way to be able to start a conversation with a client. It's a great thing to use while you're networking, meeting people. It's a great conversation opener. I use it all the time. I was at the Christmas party and I was showing it. People were just like, oh, where'd you get that? People who, you know, seasoned professionals, they look at it like, oh, wow, that's really cool. So I'm going to actually show it to you. Memo, you on the line?
Yes, Joe, I am.
For some reason, you know what, Memo? I was trying to get my iPhone so I could show this because I don't know how people are going to be able to see this. But for some reason, I couldn't do that. You're gonna have to help me with that. But so let me show it to you this way here. So this is cool. So someone has their phone. You guys able to see that? You have a business card, and you can just put it up to their phone like this. You see that right there? The person gets that, they click it, and it takes them to this website. So they say, hey, John, how you doing? Nice to meet you. They ask you for your card. Yeah, no problem. Here you go. You hand this to them. That pops up. And right there, I know you can't see it. I'm going to take you to another here. You know what? Actually, well, I'll show you here, then I'll show you on the computer. So you put save contact info. All right. That just tells you, it's letting you let the person know that you're going to have to scroll down to save their contact. So you scroll down. You see it creates a card and I guess you can't see that. Can you see that? I know this is bad, but I try to do this where you guys could see this, but for some reason, because of this chip, when I was testing it on the Zoom, it wouldn't allow it. It wouldn't show this part. So this comes up right here. You just scroll down and you say create new contact. Okay, create new contact. That's just so again, a great way to be able to share your contact information with people. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. So when they come up and they click on your card, or when you put your card up and they click that link that comes up, this is what pops up. Okay. And that basically they're instructed to just simply hit save contact info. I'm not going to click this, but you know what? Actually, I will click it. You click this, and what's going to happen is you're going to, on their phone, they're going to be able, it's going to open up their contact with all your information already in it. So they don't have to type first name, last name, email address, mobile number, the cool things that you do, your team does, or whatever you do, you know, your Instagram, all that stuff, all that's already going to be in there. Okay. So as you can see, what I do a lot of times, kind of like, you know, that text app, or if I'm sending a text to somebody and I meet a client for the first time, I always say, hey, it's great to meet you. Here's my contact information. You know, feel free to reach out to me. And what I'll do is I'll put the link, the actual link. You get a link that you can just put into that text, and that'll allow people to be able to then, same thing, they hit that link and it goes right into here. And by the way, when I send that text, I always say, here's my digital V card, and I send the link and I put in parentheses, you quickly save all my contact with a few clicks, something like that. And they can save all your contact information, which is really, really super, super efficient. Okay. If they go on the computer and let's say you can email it to them. It's even on my signature. I put my OVU card or my digital card on my signature so that they can, again, save it easily. Instead of on the email sending them an attachment, which is more space and all that, it's a little bit more clunky to do. I just simply include it in my signature. I say, here's my digital V card, so they can, again, save all my contact information. If they're on their computer, they're going to get this. And I click that. I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to move my share. Where's my share at? Oh, there you go. No, not that one. Here it goes. See that? Can everybody see that? Okay. So they get the V card. Again, if they're on their desktop computer, they can just simply hit save and close, and they get everything. All your information, even your credo or whatever, your little tagline you want, any type of information you want on there. And why that's cool is when someone's on their iPhone and they might have met Sandy and they can't remember Sandy's name, but they remember they met a really cool agent, and that was maybe 3 weeks ago. They can just type in realtor or a real estate agent and let them know that, by the way, because if that name realtor or real estate agent's in your contact information, it will then pull up. So remind them, hey, in case you forget my name, just pull up realtor or real estate agent, whatever your little tagline is. Okay. Make sure. Okay. So, 1 second, guys. So yeah, Ovu is great. And I'm telling you, every time I pull out, whether it's a client, every single time it starts a conversation, they're very impressed. People really like that, okay? By the way, there's a lot of different companies that do this. There's Dot, there's this, there's that. There's so many different companies that provide, there's Link. And I actually, when the first time I saw that, I just got the first one and I was just like, because I love the concept. And when I used, I think it was Link, and I'm not talking bad about them, but when I was using it, I remember it was too many. When the person gets it on their phone and they click that, they had to kind of click 2, 3, 4 different things. And then I realized that I'm all about efficiency. I want the user experience to be very easy, just a couple clicks. So I decided to go with this company because they were just the most simplest. Now they are a little bit pricey. For one card, one of the cards that I have cost me $70, and I think you can get a second one for like $50 more, so it's like 120. I did get 2 cards, but here's the nice thing. I forgot to show you this. Sometimes you go like this with the person, and maybe they might have an older phone. Most phones, by the way, will pick this up, but it's an older phone, or maybe the chip needs to be activated. Most phones are activated, just so you know. But once in a while, I get someone who cannot, for whatever reason, they're not getting the chip. Okay, maybe they're running on another app that's somehow causing a conflict. You can then just turn your card around and take a picture of the QR code. Okay, and the same thing happens. They with not their video, they have to put their photo on, and they just have to, when the camera looks at it, and as long as it focuses in that QR code, the link will pop up. Okay, so you'll do the same thing with the QR code. Here's the cool thing. Once you have the QR code, which you can get on the website, which I showed you before, right here, you can get through here, because you'll have a back channel where you can set up all this information. You can get that QR code. Guess what I've done? I went ahead and put it on all my cards. Okay, where's my card? I put on all my cards right here. That's my team. By the way, I got another daughter that I didn't put on there. And here is the QR code. Okay, and even if someone wants this and I'm handing it to them, I'm still going to hand it to them so they can keep it, but I'm going to let them know before I let go of it. I want to say, grab your phone, and I tell them to take a picture of that, and I help them when I walk them through so they can save my contact information. So this is great too. So you can use that QR code on anything you want. All right. You'll notice on my presentation here that I have actually, you see at the very bottom here, I have that QR code, and I try to, so when I'm doing, sometimes I'll do a first-time home buyer seminar, and I'll do it like I'll be doing a webinar on Zoom. And as I'm talking to people, I say, hey, listen, anybody who's interested in contacting me, just simply pull out your camera and just scan that in. You'll have all my contact information. Of course, I'll go into the chat and I'll put my Uvu, and I'll do that when I end here. I'll put my link, but you can take a picture or you can click the link to have your contact information. Okay, so that is a very, very cool one. How many people like that one? Anybody? Cool. for those that I can see. All right. So the next one is iSmartLife.me. Now this one's pretty cool. This is for your home. Okay, this is one where basically these are just switches. Switches turn on the light in your house. And what's cool is you can control this with your mobile phone. Now you guys probably say, yeah, I've seen these, I heard about this, but how can you apply this? This is great for you to be able to apply in your day-to-day business. Why? Number one, you can use it for maybe one of your sellers who's, you're listing their property and you want to be able to, it's vacant and you want to be able to turn on the lights for them. Maybe you want to use it to be able to turn on the light for your wife before she comes home. You don't want her to come home to a dark home. This is a great thing to give and to use in your everyday business, especially with the properties that you list. This can also be a great closing gift, providing something like this where, again, you let them know that they're able to control. I actually have one myself. My son hooked it up and he can control. I got to get the app. I just haven't been able to do it on my phone, but right from your phone, you can, turn on the light, you can dim it. It's really cool. Again, just a great resource to have. Another great way is let's say you have an Airbnb. Maybe your client has an Airbnb that you're helping out, that you manage their property. You can provide this to them and let them know for those days that it's not rented out. Maybe they put a light on, a couple lights. And you don't need it in every single one of your rooms. You just need a couple key rooms in the house that you're able to turn on and off. So this is a really cool one. Again, one that you can just control right from your mobile app. Okay. I think they run about $18. They're really cheap. They're not expensive at all, by the way. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, Meetup. Here's another cool one for those of you who like to network. Okay, if you like to network, meet other people in the business, meetup.com is a great resource. You'd be surprised. I know there's a lot of people that do different things like BNI and Latip. There's these like networking groups. Meetup's really cool because you can, especially if you're new in the business, you can, and not even if you're new or you've been in the business. This is a great way to just kind of look up. You can look up groups by your interest. You can look up different things that are happening in your community. There's people who's actually, I had a guy once who actually went to a meetup and he really enjoyed it. He was someone who was like personable. He was, went and chit-chatted and talked to people, got to meet him. And everybody who went to the meetup group thought he was the one that actually sponsored it. So it's a great way to be able to get exposure, meet people, get involved with different groups. You can start your own. You can also start your own group. I don't believe there's any cost to it. You can start your group, and it's a great way to be able to not have to pay for any traffic. Just free networking, meeting people. A great way to increase a larger audience. And hey, man, I'm telling you, if I was new in this business, this would be definitely. I remember when I was new in the business, I went to a group. It was called Latip, and it was early in the morning, like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. You had to meet, and it was just so structured. It was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was just once a week, and to me, it felt a little stiff. I wish they had this back then, but this is a great way to be able to just kind of network and not only for business, but even social for your social life as well. So it's a great thing to do. Okay, this one. Now, guys, this one's a mortgage calculator. I actually have a really cool mortgage app for any agent that wants to be able to have access to it. FYI, I just we just kind of sunset that one because we're in the process of working on a really cool a new mortgage app. And this is very specific to my company, where not only are you able to see mortgage calculator and it's cool. Let's say you have a client that's pre-approved. The client will, let's say I tell you, look, the client's pre-approved for $300,000, okay? And the client is out there and wants to put an offer in for, let's say, $275 because they see a property. And you have to wait for the loan officer to be able to provide you a letter for $275,000. Maybe it's on a Saturday night, Sunday, and you know you're not going to hear from the loan officer until Monday, depending on what time it is. This will allow you to actually print a pre-approval on demand, so the client will be able to make that adjustment on their end and present. Because even though they're qualified for $300,000, you don't want to put in an offer for $275 and show a $300,000 pre-approval. You want to be able to show $275. So that's a great way to be able to do that. So my system provides that service where you're able to, your clients can on demand print a pre-approval. Let's just say the other way around. The client wants to be qualified. They tell you $300,000, right? But they start to look at properties and they see the homes that are down the block or around the neighborhood that are going for $325, $350. And now they change their mind. Now they want to buy that home that's $350. What's cool on the app that we have or had, the client can go ahead and actually change the sale price right on the phone, the taxes, and in real time, it will let them know whether or not they still qualify. So again, if this is Sunday night, it's a late on Sunday, and the client really wants to put in an offer, they can see, and they have to wait for the loan officer. In this case, they don't have to wait for the loan officer. They'll put it on their phone, $350. The system will analyze it in real time to see whether or not they qualify, and the client can go ahead and just print themselves a pre-approval for $350. And you as a realtor will be able to have that same access as well to be able to do that. So it's a really cool system. Like I said, the one I had where they're changing systems in our company. And so I'll be doing a presentation on that when that comes out, when we come out with a new version. Okay, so that's going to be real cool. That said, you want to make sure first of all, I would say for your clients, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of agents that I highly recommend get some sort of mortgage calculator on your phone, whether it's an iPhone. If it's an iPhone, you can get this, the mortgage I'm sorry, if it's an Android, you can get this one mortgage calculator. It's absolutely free. And then if it's an iPhone, you can get the mortgage calculator for iPhone. This is really cool because look, if you're talking to a client and, one of the biggest things with dealing with clients is really setting expectations and having the client get somewhat familiar with what they are going to be expecting to pay when they start purchasing a home. So this really easy. Of course, you can go on Google and do it through Google, but having a mortgage app that's free, it's real easy to calculate. It's not going to be as robust as the app that I have that provide, but this, guys, I highly recommend you have something and provide something or send this to your clients so that when if they know that they're interested, they're going to purchase a property that's going for, let's say, in the $250,000 range, get their mind going as far as, okay, this is what the payment's going to be. You can give them a range as far as what the interest rate is. Right now, it's a good range, I would say, is anywhere from, I just use 6.5, okay? But they could put that in, they could put the taxes in, and you can advise them what the insurance is. Or if they're talking to their lender, the lender should be having this type of conversation. But it's a great way for the people just to get an idea. But really, I gotta be honest, I think it's more important for the agents because agents will have some sort of understanding what payments the client is going to have to make, because we all know some clients, they have champagne taste but beer pockets. So we want to make sure you're not spinning your wheels, showing them, putting them, throwing them in your car, showing them a lot of properties, and then they realize when they finally get the breakdown from the lender and they're making application, they go through that buyer's remorse and they start to second guess it and think, you deal with all those type of issues. So this is a great app. Couple of rules of thumb that I always like to tell people with since we're talking about numbers is, I just want to drop real quick, is whatever a client's income is, and you're trying to say, well, I wonder how much they're going to qualify as far as purchase price. Here's a quick rule of thumb. If a client makes $60,000, you can typically times their total income by 3. Okay, so if they make $60,000, you know they're going to qualify for about $180,000. That can go up as high as 4 and even 5 times their income, as long as the taxes are not extremely high and they don't have a lot. I'm sorry, not the taxes. Their taxes are set. Their debt, they don't have a lot of debt. So that's just a quick rule of thumb: 3 to 5 times their income. So if a person makes, if let's say it's a husband, wife, joint income, they're both going to go on the mortgage or buy the home together, and they're looking, and their total income is about $100,000 combined. Really quick, you know, without having to break your head and talk to, you know, to set the expectations with them and see whether or not they qualify. You say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, do you guys have a lot of debt, excessive debt? They don't have a lot of debt, more than 10% of their annual income. Then you know that they're going to qualify anywhere from $300,000 to possibly $4 or $5, maybe I would say $400,000. Okay, so that's just a quick rule of thumb. Again, mortgage calculator is going to be great because it's going to help you calculate the payments and have better dialogue with your clients. Okay. Now, that said, this is a good segue for me to talk about, especially since we're talking about numbers and payments and all that. I wanted to talk about, I'm going to kind of segue a little bit into some programs. This is kind of a cool hack, if you will, in order to qualify for a client, is the 3-2-1 buy down. All right. What's really nice about the 3-2-1 buy down is when you see this, this is when rates were actually a little higher at 7.25. So just go with me. All right. This is just an example. This is not current date pricing because I prepared this maybe a couple months ago. But when rates were at 7.25, what's nice about the 3-2-1 buy down, I guess you could call it a hack, but it's a loan program that allows the client to still qualify at a lower, I'm not qualified, but have a lower payment. Because we deal with, one of the biggest issues we're dealing with right now is affordability with clients, where they were expecting their payment to be here. And now because maybe you've been working with them since 6 months ago or since before when rates were lower, and now they want to buy, but now the payments are here. And they're just not, and because of that increase in payments, they're like, I don't know if I want to buy right now. And they say, I'm going to wait till interest rates drop, or I'm going to wait until prices come down, So this is a great way to get people off the fence. And it's also a great way for the seller as well to be able to sell their homes. It's a great selling strategy. So I had a neighbor who was selling a property, he was selling it for like $530,000. And within a week, he just dropped the value because he was getting frustrated because he was hearing that everybody gets their, everybody's like putting in multiple listings. I mean, getting multiple offers. He didn't get that many offers. So within 1 week, he just drops the value down to $505,000, $25,000. Whereas he could have put some of that money and dropped it, or maybe he could have just advertised, hey, we're willing to provide a 3-2-1 buy down financing, because the seller's contributing to that to make it more attractive for the buyer. So it's a great way, great strategy, whether you're a listing agent, whether you're representing a buyer, to do the 3-2-1 buy down. So in effect, this is how it works. Again, this is if rates were at 7.25, right? If it was 7.25 year one, the client would be making a 4.25 payment. Okay. So instead of making the payment of $3,131, they're going to pay $2,522, which is a $608 reduction. Now that's very attractive to a home buyer, extremely attractive. For the first 1 year, they're going to pay that payment. Then starting the second year, their payment will go up to 5.25, and their payment would be $2,715, saving still a $415 reduction from the fully amortized rate. Year 3, they would pay $2,918, still a almost $13 reduction for the entire year. And not until year 4 will it go to the fully amortized rate. Now, guys, here's another huge thing about this whole strategy. What is great is when you tell the client this, and by the way, none of that they pay for, the seller pays for. What's great is when you tell them about this program, you just remind them, which is I mean, rates are cyclical. Rates are up, they go down. More than likely, by the time they even hit that fourth year, they're going to refinance and get a much better rate anyway. So this is great. And that money that's in that account, because this money goes into an escrow account that helps them subsidize this. If, let's just say, rates drop in year 2, they will be able to get that money, all that money that's in that escrow that's helping that rate to be, for that rate to be reduced, okay, to reduce their payment. They get that entire escrow or the balance of that escrow. So there's a lot of benefits in this, okay? A really, really good program to take advantage of. Again, not only for your buyers, but also for your sellers as well, okay? Here, I'll just go over some general requirements. Primary homes, this is for primary and second homes. Purchases, fixed 30 year. And we can do this for conventional, FHA, VA, okay? So there's a great product mix there for you and your clients, all right? Even if they're going FHA, we can do this for them. I'm just going to go over some of the advantages. It's better for both the buyers and listing agents. I know I already mentioned that to you. They get a better price for the home and more commission to the agents. The listing agent doesn't have to drop the house price to hurt the appraisals in the neighborhood, especially if you're kind of canvassing or you kind of focus in on a particular area in your neighborhood. The sellers get more money in their pockets at the point of sale. The buyer's agents like it because the offer is more competitive. So that's really nice. Imagine someone's putting in an offer for 505, another let's say $500,000 on a 525, and another person puts it in for the full 525, or let's say 520 with some of that seller paid. The seller's still going to net a higher amount. So they're being able to provide they're not providing an offer of 500, 505. They're putting an offer of 520. The borrower has a higher likelihood of having their offer accepted and also have a smaller payment than otherwise. Permanent may not be worth it during the higher rates. Funds are not put in escrow and not refunded to you. So there's another like buy down that you can do. I'm really not gonna, it's what's known as a permanent one. That one I wouldn't do in this type of rate environment because rates are high. We'll talk about that. I have a whole presentation on that on another training where you can get more. If you want to go in the back office, you can see I break it all down with a permanent buy down versus a temporary buy down. Okay, the one I'm talking about right now is actually a little better in the sense that the escrow funds get refunded to the client, to the buyer when they sell their home. Okay, or when they refinance. Temporary may be a better approach during the rate environment. Funds are refundable. Okay. So with that said, I'm saying here you have to have a strategy. This is a great strategy to have. I'm just going to close out the training. I just want to show you a few more things of what some of the things that we provide. We have renovation loan programs. We have medical professionals, loans for doctors, medical professionals. We have the no doc bank statement loans. This is fantastic. It's probably this is one of the most popular ones, along with no doc cash flow. You know what? Anything no doc is popular these days. Cash flow. This is for your investors. Okay. And foreign nationals as well. And I'm actually working on another presentation where we have a new construction one-time close. This is really cool. Well, you know what? Let me do this. I will actually show you some stuff here. I'll just show you some quick little bullet points, and then I'll just kind of finish up here. Okay, so here's a renovation loan. This is a great loan program. We can do this not only for those of you who've heard the 203K. That's like an FHA loan basically. But we can also provide a renovation loan program for conventional loans, which is really nice. So whether or not they want to do some interior work, energy stuff to make their house a little bit more efficient, structural alterations, eliminating health hazards. So the list goes on. And anybody who's interested, I can forward you guys these flyers that I have. This one's a little different than the other renovation loan program, whereas you're able to even do swimming pools. So you're allowed to do luxury items. You're not on a lot of renovation loans, you can't do luxury items. On this one, you're able to do that. The credit score has to be down to a 620 in order to qualify. It's for owner occupant and people who are living in their second homes. All right. So yeah, this one's also a one-time close. It's a renovation, a little different than construction, but it's still a one-time close. And this is great for something. Maybe you might be putting in an offer for a client that's approved conventional, but the seller is not going to budge on making a couple moves. Maybe the seller just can't afford to make those repairs. Here's a great way to be able to structure the deal where the person can get the financing, where they can get the financing to buy the property and do. Maybe it's an $8,000 item. Maybe it's a heater or air conditioning or some sort of I don't know, structural issue that might be keeping it from the appraisal from signing off on it. So again, just a great loan option. Here's ones for the medical doctors. All right. This one provides up to 100% loan to value for doctors or anybody in the medical profession, up to $1 million loan. You can get 95% financing up to 1.5. This is insane. No mortgage insurance on these loans, guys. Okay. The minimum credit score is 720. This is only for a primary residence. This one surprised me. You can do a 1 and 2 unit. Okay. This is for 1 and duplexes as well. They will allow you to defer student loans excluded from DTI. That is huge. That is a big one. Okay. Here are the eligible professions: medical resident, medical doctor, doctor of dental. It just goes down the list here: medical fellow. Look at this: doctor of veterinarian medicine as well. Okay. And psychiatric medicine. So this is a great doctor program. Here's the bank statement program. Basically, this will help your clients, those clients that were qualified 4 or 5 years ago. You help them sell a home, or I'm sorry, buy a home. And back then maybe they filed their taxes because they knew they were going to buy a home. Now all of a sudden something happened in their life, divorce or something, maybe a job change or something happened where now they're forced to sell and now they want to buy, but guess what? They didn't file their taxes the way they're supposed to in order to qualify. This is a great way where we take the last 12-month bank statements for that client to be able to qualify for that. Okay. Investor cash flow. This is another no doc program. By the way, on this bank statement, no tax returns are needed. Absolutely no tax returns. Same thing on this one. No tax returns are needed. Basically, not a pay stub, no 1099s, nothing. As long as the property, if you have, this is for investors only. If a client is going to purchase a property, the only thing they need to qualify is we need to, number one, make sure they own at least one property. Okay. And number two, the projected rent is going to cover the new mortgage payment by at least $1. That's it. If those two items are met, of course, you know, the things that are here, like the credit score of 600 or greater, then they'll qualify for financing. They'll qualify for that property as investment property. This is great for those investors who, you know, maybe they have good income, but because they have so many expenses on their, you know, they're building up a huge portfolio of properties, they just have so many expenses, they just won't qualify going full doc. It's a great program. We can go up.
Joe, quick comment. I don't know if you have the participants open, but Sandy had a question and Yossi made a question in the chat. So I don't know if you have the chat open, but he made a question in the chat. He's asking construction. It's on the bottom of your screen. It should say chat participants. You just have to click it and that way you can view it. And Sandy also had a question. Sandy, do you want to go ahead and ask your question? You can just unmute yourself for a sec. Oh, you already asked it? You're good? Sandy, good. Okay, so Yossi's question was construction to perm loans.
Yep, I'm going to get to that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you'll see. I'll talk about that in 1 second. So the So with this one, it's great for those investors, go up to 80% financing, which is great. It's a very easy loan as long as the clients qualify. Rates are typically about, I always get this, Joe, how much higher are the rates on the no doc? Here's the good news. It's not like hard money. Hard money, you're paying exorbitant amount, you're paying lots of points. In this case, a good rule of thumb to use is if rates are 6.5, you can go up about 2% on the interest rate. Sometimes 1.5 to about 2%. When rates were at like 3, rates were about 4.5 to 5. So 1.5 to about 2% is is usually what you can expect and what you can just expect for the clients. So yeah, that one's great. The foreign national program, great. Here it says 60%, just so you know, it's actually 70%. I got to update this. So we'll provide up to 70% financing for the foreign national programs. I know it says here minimum of 3 alternate credit reference. This is from another program. We have one that's actually even easier. We really don't need to verify that much as long as they have assets. I mean, there are a couple of things. They just have to have their assets. They absolutely cannot be living here. That's a big thing. Okay. They can't be living here. It has to be someone who's living in another country. Okay. So we'll provide 70% financing. And then especially design mortgage for custom built homes, which is the construction to perm loans. And you'll see, to answer your question, yes, we have those. Now, typically what people used to have to do is they would have to get a construction loan to fund the financing. Sometimes you get a good builder. The builder might not have all the money to do the build out and just sell you an end loan. So the client would have to get a construction loan to be able to get draws throughout the build out. And then that build out period could be anywhere from 9 months to 12 months in time frame. So during that time, once the builder was completed, you get the CO, then you would get what's known as an end loan and have to refinance that out and get a second loan. So the clients have to incur not only more of an arduous process, you got to deal with more fees, more time, all that mess. With a one-time close, what's nice is you get the financing not only to buy the lot, to fund the entire build out, but after the build out, it's then going to be locked in on the interest rate that you locked in the beginning. Oh, that was another downside. Then when you get the second loan, if rates go up, now you're in a higher rate. With a one-time close, you're locked into one rate. You pay interest only throughout the build out, and it then converts to a permanent loan. So you're not having to jump through all these hoops, incur all these costs. It's one loan that does everything. Helps you purchase the land, funds the build out, and then everything is finalized, and you have that one loan at the time of closing. So before the builder starts the project, okay, you'll fund the loan, and it's the one loan. Now, they're not going to give the entire loan at once. They'll give draws throughout the build out, and then again, everything will then convert to a one loan at the end. A great, fantastic program. But does that answer your question, Yossi? Is there anything more specific?
What's the LTV on those?
The max LTV is 90% for those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, so we have a really good construction program. Like I said, I'm working on
sorry, one more question. If you own the lot free and clear, you can use that as
absolutely. That's more collateral or equity. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Yeah. So yep, you could do that as well. And that's even better. So that's it, guys. Wanted to show you just a couple of hacks, some of the things that are out there. I'm going to continuously try to but maybe continue to show you the ones that I'm seeing that's being used out there. I'm a little bit of I would say a geek, but I'm not a geek in the sense that I know that much. I just love it. I love learning about the technology and the CRMs and stuff like that. Quick question, and I don't know if I can. Is everybody using a CRM? Can you guys do me one favor while Memo closes this up? If you don't mind, please, because I'm really, really interested. And this will even help me for maybe future trainings. If you guys can just, simply put the name, the CRM that you're using. If you could just tell me the CRM you're using, I would love that in the chat. Okay. Even those of you who are not, if you could just take a few seconds and just type in the CRM you're using, I would really be grateful for that. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. Feel free to reach out to me and my team if there's anything you need. Like I said, there's that. Oh, you know what? Let me change this so you guys can see my. Okay, here we go. All right. So, yeah, please reach out to me if there's anything you need. Me and my team, we're here to help you. We're more than happy to assist you in any way we can. Like you say, see, there's my my QR code if you want to scan my information. Thank you for being here, and don't ever hesitate to reach out to me if you have any other questions regarding this presentation or if we can help you in any other way. Okay, thanks so much. Memo, you there? I don't know, Memo might have bounced. Okay. Bobby? All right, guys. Well, listen, I guess that ends the presentation. Let me just check the, nobody's giving me no CRMs. Come on. I tell you, all right. Does that mean nobody's using a CRM on this call? A CRM, which is your database. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for being on the call. I thought Memo usually kind of ends it, but I just want to say thanks for being here. And I'm sure we will be in touch soon, okay? I'll see you guys. I'm going to end the meeting.
Is Uncle Broker taxing your commission too much
without giving the support that you signed up for? Don't be a victim of outdated broker models. It's time for an upgrade.
Here is a golden chance to make 100% commission
with London Foster. London Foster's main goal is to empower an associate and make sure you, the realtor, are getting the most out of your hard work and commission. With an excellent proven track record, latest tools and technology, and exceptional experience, we strive to create the perfect environment for our associate, providing multiple opportunities for you, no hidden fees and no gimmicks. 100% commission for our associates by empowering you with the benefits like
a personalized website with IDX searchability, simulcasting your listing to sites like Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, and different search engines for brand recognition. An office at the famous Lincoln Road.
Direct broker support and free weekly and monthly training from Realtor.com and other partners. A personal business trainer resolving all your queries. In-house private equity fund. No waiting on checks. Get it on the closing day.
We understand it's a very competitive market out there. The old broker models don't work anymore. And you deserve more for your hard work. So it's time you give yourself an upgrade with London Foster.